Welcome to Founder Voice Podcast, the space for bold, empowering, raw, and unfiltered conversations about business, relationships, and everything that makes us fierce. No filters, no fluff, just real talk. Season 2 is here and we're going even deeper. Get ready to own your voice, break barriers, and step into your power unapologetically. Let's get into it.
Hey everybody, we're back with Found Her Voice podcast. I'm your host Valerie, and today I'm sitting down with Carly and Carla today. These girls got me driving all the way to Cynthiana. I don't know where I was going. I will tell you though, I did get on the interstate because I thought I knew where I was going.
Yeah.
I did not know where I was going, and then it told me to get off the interstate, and I was like, oh yeah, I was supposed to cut through on, that one highway from Frankfurt, but it's okay. I was just 10 minutes late. That's it, right?
So bad.
And then you get to this relaxing place, and I walked in, and I was like,
and
I asked them immediately. I was like, can I just lay down on the floor and just lay here for like 10 minutes and just breathe?
Yeah,
and we said yes.
They
so
said
she
yes.
still may do that before she gets
I'm
out
going
of
to
here
do
today.
that. So girls,
truly
how
proud
are
of
you?
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Makeup,
Thank
the
you.
hair.
We called in some backup, to
Shout
get
out
us
to
ready for
Taylor.
the day.
Thank you.
I love it. So
Yeah.
tell them who you are. Tell them about your business.
Okay, so I'm Carly. I'm owner of Rooted in Runes.
And I'm Carla, owner of Appalachian Root Works. And together we have a collaborative space, Appalachian Root Works and Rooted in Runes.
Yep,
So
and
here
we're
we are.
located in Cynthiana, downtown Cynthiana.
Pike Street.
Pike Street, 208 Pike Street. We're open Tuesdays now.
Yeah.
Actually, that's new. Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m., 7 p.m.
And occasionally classes on Sundays as well.
Yeah. So, like this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this week. So,
So something for everyone.
yeah. You want to talk about your services?
So let's start. I'm going to try to remember all of them because there's a lot.
Yes.
And the concept behind all that is, so if you come into our door and you need something but you don't know what you need, then we can cater to you one way or the other.
Yeah.
So the biggest push on services would be the energy work. So that would be like the Reiki, the chakra scans, those types of things, the aura photos. And there's a lot that you can learn about yourself off of those services.
Can you just break those down just a little bit?
Absolutely.
For me?
So Reiki is an ancient Japanese energy healing technique using life force, universal life force energy. And so energy goes where it's needed. We, as the practitioner or the conduit, we are not healing you. We are helping you heal yourself.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
And it's performed in we create a safe, sacred space using ceremony practices and incense and that kind of stuff to help serve you better. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very ceremonial. The
Absolutely.
whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah. And then the chakra scans.
So,
go ahead.
I use a pendulum actually.
Okay.
And using a pendulum, I just ask it, to show me what's open and closed, what's in balance and out of balance, so to speak. And occasionally, so this part's not typically advertised, but occasionally I'll get clairaudient or clairsentient messages. So downloads about what's going on, and just bringing those pieces of what you need to the surface can help you break through some of those emotional, traumatic situations energetically, and we can help move that process of healing right along.
Yeah.
So is that something that's just done one time, or do you have to set up multiple sessions to get it all broke open?
So either or. So a lot of times people do a chakra scan to figure out, it's kind of like seeing what's on the surface. And then now that you know, okay, so this is in my face, this is what I need to deal with today.
Yeah.
Then we can go into a Reiki session and dig a little bit deeper on that level. Chakras are tricky because they can be influenced by just a conversation or a touch or
a smell, an experience, and
So-
even a thought. Your physical has a lot to do with your chakras too. So if you have an upset stomach, you come in here for a chakra scan, that can present in your solar plexus as imbalance. But really, you just have to go to the bathroom, maybe.
You're eating something that doesn't sit with you. So really, chakras are like a snapshot of here and now.
Yeah.
So they fluctuate.
Yeah.
Whereas your aura, it changes too, but not as quickly as your chakras.
Yeah.
All right, you guys cleared out the whole day, right? Because I'm going to be here
Okay.
until about midnight, right? I'm going to clear the schedules.
Yes, ma'am. Take care of you.
So
Carly is also a Reiki practitioner, Reiki master. Yeah. Do you want to talk a little bit about how your services? So Reiki is different practitioners.
Practitioner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whereas I hear and feel a lot, Carly.
I don't even know how to like explain it, because like I see things but different than what she sees things.
Okay.
So she sees things very like the physical, like she can picture the microphone, she can picture the water bottle. Like I see more so like fluid colors and different shapes and things that don't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But you just know.
Yeah, but like I just end up. It's called claircognitive. It's the sense of just knowing. Like you don't know how you know the thing, but you just know the thing, right? So like as I've been practicing, I've been kind of depicting and kind of getting a feel for like what all of those imagery and colors mean.
Yeah.
And I can usually tell by the different shapes and the different colors of like, okay, this person is really having like battling depression, or like, you know, they're having really bad back pain or something like that. Like that's just how I can kind of figure out and know within my practice like what they need, where she actually can hear like words come through, or you've even had like sense.
Yeah, sometimes some smell. Sometimes a tad bit of like mediumship, where I'll get like real names of ancestors, and that they just want to be like, "Hey, I'm here too. Let's help her heal." Right. So there's no really rhyme or reason session to session on Reiki. Yeah. But we offer some more. I don't want to use the word simple because I don't want to discredit what we do. But there's other things like Carly picks up rune readings recently. Occasionally, if needed, I will do a tarot pull for people, even though I would rather you sit with one of our visiting practitioners, because that's why they visit, is to gain clients and that kind of stuff. But foot baths are not truly an energy work. It's an ionic foot bath.
That's more the holistic side of what we do, where a lot of people see us as the metaphysics, but we also have like the huge holistic side of our practice and shop as well. So the foot baths really go with the holistic side of helping you pull all like heavy metals and things out of your body.
Ear candling is super fun, man.
Yeah. But as far as the like how many times people have to do these sessions, or it's really a whole life journey. Like there's no rhyme or reason for people having like a set schedule on their journey of like, okay, we have to have like 5 of these sessions and then you're good. It's really, they come and tell us when they feel like they need it, and they tell us how often and whatever, and we just get them on the books like that. So like I have a client right now that usually comes to see me about once every 2 weeks. So that's just her journey, what she preferences, and our clients just go from there.
Good.
And there's always something new on the surface.
Oh, yes.
You know? So once you work through one thing, when you're willing, there's almost always something else to work through. Yeah. So it truly is a life practice.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of neat that way.
Yeah. Sorry, it's like, oh, we're like onions too, like what you said. Like, we all have layers. We work through one layer, we get to the next. Yes. So it's like everything we do, you can come to us for Reiki for one problem, and then as we go through the journey, you realize, okay, there's another one we need to add. Let's work through that one.
And that's also why we really enjoy having multiple practitioners come in, right? So there's obviously Carly and I here, but we have multiple readers. We have different modalities as well. And we're almost always looking to expand that. I say almost always because there's only so many Saturdays and Sundays in a month. So we're working on the schedule usually, 4 months out.
Yes.
So if you know someone that wants to maybe consider being a practitioner here, we're open to that. There is an interview process. But, we're always open to expanding as well.
Did you hear what she said?
Sorry, hopefully you did. I am a little quiet.
Like reflexology has been a topic for a while, but we've had people in here that do massage therapy, but they also do the cranial sacral work. So that's been a great additive.
Teresa with the yoga.
Teresa does yoga. Yeah. She's picking up starting next week, 2 days a week now here. We have human design. We just started an astrology class.
There's a tarot class coming up.
Yep, a tarot class coming up. I do the rune class, like a whole bunch of different things, right?
Makers class where you guys can come in and play, and like you mentioned your essential oils and that kind of stuff. Yeah. You can come in and play with like jojoba oil or hemp seed oil, all those oils and tallow and other bases.
So that's the holistic
to
side,
make your
right?
own stuff with the herbs too.
Yeah. So like we have an apothecary that's growing. I think we have over like 50 different herbs and things now, which 20 plus more are coming too. But you can go over there.
Oh, that's 20 new ones.
Yeah, like
so that's not like a restock. That's new shit.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So where we have all these classes and services with the metaphysics, we also are opening the door to have classes and stuff for the holistic side. Absolutely. So to make your own, like she said, the tallow blends, we're going to have bath salts to make your own bath salt soon. So it's like
needless to say, they're just doing all the great things.
So all the things that you pretended doing in your backyard, we are doing now in real life.
Yeah, literally making your own little potions and like all the little things. But all of that retail stuff and like the holistic all ties into metaphysics too. So when you
energy is energy.
Yeah, so when you think about energy work with the chakras, whether it's the chakra scan or the Reiki, well, we also have things out in the shop you can buy to go home and help you continue that balance and help you continue going through that journey. That way you don't have to come in here all the time if you didn't want to.
Yeah.
But you can totally come in here all day every day. So we would love that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like other services. It's tricky when you do, like, ideally I would have a list. So next time I'll have a list for you. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
But sometimes it's just conversation.
Yes.
Right? Sometimes it's just fellowship and gathering.
Yeah.
Which we do have a monthly gathering now.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Open to all. So open to
all walks of life,
genders,
honestly.
Doesn't matter. We do ask that if you're a parent and you want to bring your child, ask yourself, when I get there to this gathering, to this event, am I going to have to parent my child while I'm there?
Yeah.
If the answer is yes, then that is not self-care time. So if you have a teenager or preteen that you're not going to have to parent while you're here, then they are more than welcome to come join us as well. Because they also need to learn what fellowship is like, what conversation is like, and they need to learn what self-care is like as well.
Yes.
So, and we can parent them a little bit if you want while you're here. So, just kind of keep that in mind.
Did she just say for me to bring them toddlers and she was going to watch them and I was going to have this self-care session? I think she did. It's okay.
I mean, sometimes, right? We do that.
I love
brings Weston in sometimes.
Weston does. He does so much better when I'm not here, though. So, we can put the baby gate up and he has all range back here and he knows it and he's independent. He's an independent baby.
I love it.
Until he sees me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's usually how that goes.
I know it. Why are they like that?
Because they can.
Because we have the mom on our forehead. And we're like, something that I did learn in my therapy journey was that your kids are usually hellions with you because you give them such a comfort,
safe space
to act that way.
Yep.
So I guess I'd rather him just be that way than act that way out in public and disturb the peace.
I learned that too.
Yeah.
So every time I see, because used to before I was a mom and you go to the store and you'd see the little kid throwing a fit.
Yeah.
And depending on the parent and how they parent, you'd be like, oh, that parent's about to beat their ass.
Yeah.
Or that parent's just like,
completely
so embarrassed.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then you have the other ones that are just like, I'm still shopping, no big deal, And now I'm just like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I get, they just want the toy. They're just crying. But,
It's new.
And that's a lesson in that moment.
Yes.
I mean, whether the kid or the parent's learning a lesson, someone out there, you or I, are learning a lesson from that interaction too.
And everything.
I love it because, my toddlers are like little hellions with me. I'll just say it. They're just like, all the time. And then with Dad, they're like, or they'll try to get off that line. They'll try to stumble a little. Yeah. And then he just says their name and they're like,
nope,
we're back walking the line.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing wrong here? Oh, I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
Because I've already looked at it, you
Yeah.
know, just like you said,
The
it's that
comfort
safe
level.
space.
Mhm.
Yep, it's the safe space.
And they need to explore, you know, they need to explore those options to
Yes.
behave that way too,
Yes.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Offer some kind of self-regulation, I'm
Mhm.
sure. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So,
I
yes,
love
if you
it.
need to bring the toddler in here for a moment, that's fine. Just
Yeah.
not for your self-care days, because that defeats the purpose, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
I don't even know. We
Yeah.
got off on parenting.
It's just
which,
parenting,
you know,
self-care.
I still need parented sometimes. Thanks, Carly, for making sure I eat and drink and use the bathroom and all those things.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
This partnership, this connection,
Yes.
is amazing.
I love it.
That leads into our services too. So last year we both struggled a little bit
Mhm.
to be available for services
Yeah.
because we both felt like we needed to be here every day
Yeah.
running
all the things.
all the operations every day.
Mhm.
But now where Carly takes 1 week and I take 1 week, when it's not my week to be responsible for the shop and just administrative whatever stuff,
Yeah.
I can run appointments.
I
And
love
then
Yeah.
when I'm taking care of the shop, she can run appointments,
Mhm.
you know. And if there's no appointments on that day, then that becomes our self-care day.
Yeah.
So
I love
I used
that.
to be like, my feelings used to be hurt when someone canceled
Mhm.
or when I didn't have an appointment for the afternoon. But now I'm like, well, I can go lay on my Reiki table.
Yeah,
I
like
can go do
that.
self-healing. I can do a foot bath.
I love
Carly
it.
can do my ear candling.
Yeah.
Like, that's just... We
You're
can,
like sitting there like, okay, can someone cancel today? I just need, you know,
Yes.
just a little bit of work done.
that happens sometimes when I'm tired. Like, I put that out there. I did
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
needed a break. I asked for it.
Yeah.
So, and then we can do this kind of stuff. We can fellowship
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
So we love just to hang out and have conversation. I don't know if you see this, Carly, but I've seen it more late 24, early 25, is that the community of women is pulling together and they're realizing that they can be an individual because they
Yes.
have a safe space. They have
Yes.
that fellowship. So I am really enjoying all the conversations that I'm
Yeah.
having, you know, with, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're married or not, but
Yeah.
we are still that important conversation. We are still that connectivity,
Where people
that
just,
deeper level.
Yeah. Where people
Yeah.
just come in here and just want to chat.
Mhm.
Yep.
And they don't have intentions of buying anything, or they, you know, don't want to do a service, but they just want to say hey. They just want to check in. They want to just vent.
Yes.
You know. So we
Yes.
have that
Sometimes
opportunity
we
to do that.
also need to vent. So
Yes.
thank you if you're
Yes.
one of those that
Thank
come
you.
in
Yeah.
and you allow us to witness or be witnessed,
The-
whatever.
The amount of people that come in here and see us, like, on our normal, like, every day, we're not Carly the business owner, Carla the business owner. We are just Carly and Carla, and
Mhm.
appreciate and let us just be that raw human and not have to be professional all the time. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
I
Because
love
it's so
it.
hard having to, like, put a smile on sometimes. And
Yeah.
we're, like, the majority of our business has to do that.
Mhm.
You know, it's so nice to just be human
Mhm.
and have that space to be human with the people that come and support us all the time. And yeah.
Yeah, you would not get that realness in corporate America.
Oh gosh, no.
No.
If I had to meet you at the bank, you would probably not get that real needed conversation,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
real needed support. So
Yeah.
I am thankful that we are able to have such a community that allow us to be here.
I
Yeah.
love it when people say, Valerie, you need to reel back your bubbly self. And I'm like,
No.
What?
what? I'm a little choked right now. What did you say? Did I hear you correctly? Like, this is just who I am.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I'm not
have
trying.
you ever met somebody that you walked up to and they're just like happy to see you and bubbly and you're just like, could you turn that the
Just
fuck
stop.
off?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just stop.
Have
No.
you ever met anyone like that?
No.
I'm like, no. Because usually, like, even if they're in a bad mood or anything, sometimes you cheer them up because you're just so, like, bubbly and happy. And they're like, man, she's rubbing that energy off on me right now.
Emotions are so infectious.
Yes.
And what you put out there literally affects everything. And people don't realize
know.
that. Even when you're in such a bad mood, people pick up on that. People pick up on that, and that's not a
Absolutely.
great feeling.
No.
And we're
Yeah.
not saying that you have to be okay when you come in here, right?
Yeah.
Like if you need to come in here a basket case and you need to like just let it go and you need the pieces put together kind of before you
Yeah.
leave, then we got that too.
Yeah.
I love
but
it.
we do love just,
Yeah.
whatever happens.
Yes.
Like,
So.
we are known to welcome people into the shit show. We literally say, hey, welcome to the shit show today.
I love
It's
it.
always moving stuff,
Yeah.
when that happens.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to move stuff like
Before
today.
you got here
Yeah.
today.
She's like, Valerie's going to be here in 10 minutes.
I'm
We
like,
can't do that.
No.
Yes, I'm like,
We
so
just
we're
had our
not
hair and
moving
makeup
stuff
done.
today. Yeah. But next week, guys, if you come in next week,
That's right.
Yeah.
things will be different.
And just say
Which-
what day. What day they can come in and help you.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
really?
Any
like
day.
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Right.
Look, she
Yeah.
said Wednesday. If you could be here by
Wednesday.
about 11.
I
just
know
say it.
one person that will show up if they see this.
I
Oh,
love
she
it.
will.
Yeah, she'll be like,
Yeah.
"Let's move shit."
Yeah.
Let's move
But
shit.
the amount of people that haven't come in for like a couple months, even even a couple weeks,
Mhm.
they'll come in here and like,
Like what?
what'd you move? You moved again. You're always moving
Yeah.
stuff.
So is
Like,
there
yeah.
a reason that you're always moving stuff?
We
Well,
are growing.
Yes.
Man.
So like
Okay.
we started out with a lot of mix matched shelving and furniture,
Mhm.
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So then ending last year, because it started like Thanksgiving,
Mhm.
we finally were like, it's not functional anymore. It's not shoppable. It's hard for people to see in the deep shelves. Like when you go out there and start looking later, we have one big shelf in the corner that's all curing soap. We had a lot of those, and they're just really hard to shop. Like now it's just a curing rack. But she found these black ones on Amazon, and every couple weeks we just have been buying a couple here and there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
I do want to rewind though. So that building process,
Mhm.
there just wasn't funding for shelves.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yes.
okay to start with whatever you have. Like
Exactly.
it doesn't have to be picture perfect.
Yes.
yeah.
out
And now
the gate.
that was year 4.
Yeah.
Finally getting to that point of being able to afford like
So wrap your head around that. We
Yeah.
spent 4 years with secondhand, and it was fine, and it was okay.
kitchen tables,
Oh, yeah.
sofa tables, like anything that was decent on Marketplace.
Yep.
You know, Carla would snag up, and we have tables from the school
Oh,
are out
yeah.
there. The whole
love
section
it.
of tables in the
Mhm.
middle, yeah, that's all school.
We're old like science tables.
Yeah,
and
old
we
science
have
tables.
handyman
It
Joe
works.
that put wheels on all of
Yeah.
it for us.
I
we
love
can
it.
have it. Yeah.
So, but that's the
Yeah.
biggest reason, and then growth.
Yeah.
So, as you continue to grow, you've got to have places to put
Yeah.
shit. So that means better shelving.
Yeah.
Yes.
And even not with this move isn't so much because we get new shelving. This move is just because that specific category of products is growing itself.
Okay.
So we have to kind of like move things so like merchandise kind of flows a little better, right? So
Yeah.
like the body, like our holistic body care stuff. Like we just added dry shampoo, shave bars, more deodorant. So that expanded. So now we have to kind of like, okay, well, it needs its own little thing over here now because we need more shelving. So we're gonna flip flop some things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Carly's going back to so a lot of what started Carly's Root and Runes wasn't originally Root and Runes.
No, I've rebranded like 3 times.
It was Casey Gifts, and she did like shirts and cups and that kind
Yeah.
of stuff that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
But
Which I still do, just
She's-
not at the same level.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I won't go back.
Okay.
No,
Maybe
we're not doing that.
We'll
No.
talk about that later.
It's too much work.
So we're adding, some different shelvings for her shirts. So
Yeah.
we can
Love it.
expand on some shirts.
Yeah.
At least shirts, right?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I have a DTF printer. I make them here.
Yes.
Same with the cups.
On
Yeah.
demand. They can be ordered out of a
Yeah.
book while you wait. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Love it.
Yeah. So I've got cups that are waiting to go out too. But yeah, that was a big thing was okay, we have like one of those closet display t-shirt racks that are on wheels right now.
Yes.
So now we're getting one that bolts to the wall.
Yes.
And it's got a little shelf on top and you can display stuff on there now. So Joe.
Yeah. We'll message Joe.
Yeah.
Hey, whoever Joe is.
Yeah.
Joe's
It's about time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he'll probably come and help us with that.
That's
but,
good.
Yeah.
So Joe is a retired Army vet.
Oh, okay.
And one of his son is one of my husband's JROTC students.
Yeah.
So
That's
when the
cool.
husbands aren't available, Joe will come and
Yeah.
do some things.
Yeah,
But the husbands
that's cool.
do a lot of stuff.
They really do.
so.
They've moved all of our shelving multiple times.
And they even put, Rodney, my husband, was in here yesterday putting together a shelf. So
Yeah.
they are
Good.
supporting us behind the scenes, and we appreciate that. But
Yeah.
That's
sometimes we
good.
need more than
Yeah.
what
That is
people
good
can
because,
handle.
no one talks about that.
Yeah.
Really?
Like, I have yet to hear, like the spouse is really supporting.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
They
So
may
that's
not
good.
understand fully, but they're more like, yeah, okay,
And so what she
Yeah.
means by that, they may not understand like all the practices fully,
Right,
or all
yes.
the
Yeah.
business fully,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So,
Like
but
I
yeah,
don't
they'll
think
move
they
heavy shit. They'll put together
Yeah.
shelves. They don't care. Take out the
Yeah.
trash, whatever.
like my husband does 3D not 3D printing. Wow.
Oh, he could.
Laser engraving.
Yeah.
So he actually made a small mini display shelf for
Mhm.
Carla for her essential oils for the tallow station out there. And I texted him yesterday and I was like, hey, this morning.
Mhm.
This morning I was like, hey, we need 2 more of these actually. And he thought I was talking about like the big shelf. He's like, wow, you guys need more shelves? And I was like, well, yeah, she's got all these little bottles. Like they didn't all fit on the one you made. And he's like, wait a second. What shelves are you talking about? So I sent him a picture. He's like, oh, okay. My head exploded because I don't think you guys have room for more bigger shelves. I'm like, oh, there's always room. But
I love it.
yeah. So he's, both of them help tremendously with all of that stuff. So, and we don't have to put it together. So
I love that.
yeah.
But,
It's
we
always good
also-
when you don't have to do that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so that's something I say a lot. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yes!
Man, that needs to
Yes.
be
A t-shirt,
shouted off the
a sticker.
off the
You can make the
rooftop.
t-shirt or I can make the
Yeah.
t-shirt, whoever, but we're all going to wear them.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
just because I can doesn't mean I really want to.
Yeah. no.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
that's when pairing up and collaborating comes
Yeah.
into play.
Yes.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
if you already have that shit figured out,
Yeah.
then Valerie, you
Yeah.
come and do our podcast, and eventually we'll come take lessons from you. But
Yeah.
for now, I don't. It's
Yeah.
coming.
I know,
But right
I know.
today, no, we're
Yeah.
good.
Like I do
Yeah.
all the crafting stuff. So I met her when I was doing like the Cricut and the vinyl and all that stuff. Well, now I don't want to touch any of it. So I'll go down the street and go to Katie's shop, printed vinyl for you, and she makes our banners. She puts all the vinyl on our banners. Like, thank you. I want to
Yeah.
do it. Here you go.
And, remember that in everyday life, too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. So if you have means, for example, to have someone help you with the laundry, you are physically capable of doing your laundry.
Yeah.
But just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
Learning to like budget your time, kind of like you budget your money.
Oh.
Eventually, you'll start to learn that sometimes it makes more sense
Yeah.
to ask for help.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't sit well with a lot
It
of us,
doesn't.
does it?
No.
No.
So sometimes it makes more sense to ask for help. Could you imagine that?
No.
Even
No.
Yeah.
So budget your time.
Let me put that in perspective a little bit. Me and my husband started, we hired a lawn care service
Okay.
last season,
Mhm.
last year. Not eating out 4 times a month pays them
Mm-hmm.
for them to come out every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Not eating out for 4 times a month. Isn't that crazy to think about?
And you get that
Yeah.
time. You can still
Yes.
have
Yeah,
that
and we
time.
have a large yard. It usually takes my husband at least 2.5 hours after the weed eating and like all of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in those 2.5 hours, we'll say, is that your guys' time together now?
Our time together, his self-care time, he's a mechanic and he's building a car.
Mhm.
So that gives him 2 hours back for him to do something that he loves.
Yeah.
That gives me 2 hours back of being able to be with my
Mhm.
husband if I want to go sit out there with him,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe we just want to go out to lunch that day. Or
Take
like,
Weston to the park.
take
like
Wes to the
something,
park,
yeah.
something,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
we
I
don't
love
have to worry about that.
Often,
You
once
know?
women get past the hurdle of asking for help
Mhm.
and they accept that help, they're also, happier,
Yes.
right? And then because now you're not doing these things that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Like, if you like to do laundry, please reach out to me
Please.
because I've got something for you. But most
I've got
of us,
16 baskets of laundry.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But most of us don't like doing those things. So
No.
now we're doing those things with such an energy
Mhm.
in our home
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
we're creating this negativity,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
ask for help.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know who needs to hear that, but ask for help.
Evidently,
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
All of us.
Somebody.
Yeah.
Ask for help.
So then, in turn, if if I was doing the lawn care, right? That gives me 2 hours back. That means I can come here for some self-care, right? Join the gatherings, get a Reiki session, come sit and bitch for an hour if you need to.
I love it.
When this space isn't being utilized for things like this, or our reader guests or classes or anything that's going on here, that door is always open for people to just come back here and be. So that's also self-care.
So you can hang out on the massage table or in the lounge chair.
Needless to say, she said I could just go over there and lay on that rug for the next hour.
Absolutely.
You absolutely could. We have a little library you can grab books from. What were you going to say about the headphones?
I keep forgetting about the headphones. We probably need signage or something.
Yeah, we do.
So we have 4 sets of headphones.
Okay.
They all link up to, or they can all link up to one audio. And so, like, if you and a girlfriend want to come in here and hang out and listen to the same meditation, you can. But yeah, and then some eye masks, so you can just completely zone out.
We also have the TV. We have a Gaia subscription. So if you guys know what Gaia TV is, it's just all around metaphysics. Put it on.
If you want to get nosy and find out what I like to watch on YouTube,
you can go on YouTube.
Maybe we need to add something today before Valerie leaves, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
But you guys can just jump on and see, like, what does Carla watch when she's doing her self-care. And I hope that you find...
I love it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Or
We
you
love
can
sharing.
even just come sit in our space and watch Valerie's on YouTube.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I also would love just the a little comment, just a comment.
once in a
Like, I just need some comments on there.
And the comments, it doesn't even matter if they make sense.
It doesn't.
Right?
Hey, how you doing?
Right.
Hey, look at her makeup today. Look at her sitting over there looking all purty.
I like to just comment with emojis.
Well, see,
That's what I do.
you want me to tell you a secret?
It
Yeah.
doesn't help, does it?
Doesn't.
Dang it. Okay.
It's just
I'll change it.
you just wasted
All the things.
1.5 seconds. That's it.
I
You
think
need
they're
four
fun.
4 words.
4 words. Okay.
4 words.
Did you
And
guys
then
hear
you
that?
can do all the emojis.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been putting that out there, like almost every podcast.
What the
Okay.
fuck is only 3 words? So we'll
That's
have
so
to-
funny.
Sorry, guys.
Say, girl, what the fuck?
There you go.
There we go.
Add the
Girl,
in front
what
of
the
it.
fuck?
That's
Yeah, there you
There you
go.
go.
Thank you, Val.
And then you put the emoji.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I love it.
that.
I love it.
Thank
I love
you.
that she has my kind of mouth.
Yes.
That just means,
Oh yeah.
you know what that means.
Freedom. It's awesome. We
Yes.
appreciate that.
Yes.
We're very open.
So
with
what
all
else
that.
can you share while you're here? Like, so I didn't know it needed 4 words. I know angry faces are better than likes for some reason.
You know,
It never makes sense, and it's always
No.
changing.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is just taking the time and then going through there and just supporting the ones that support you.
Yeah.
Okay? And especially in business. Like, I can't stress that enough.
Yeah.
Like, if you know a small business owner and, you know, you guys are connected like that, you know, make a time. Once a day, once every other day, whatever. Just make it at least every other day, right? And go to their page and just, you know, like a few things, comment a few things. Now, if you want to share it, that is fine. I'm not a real big sharer on my page, only because, you know, yes, I love supporting small business owners, and I love, you know, that these women are out here doing their thing, and they're not stuck at corporate, and, you know, they have a boss telling them what to do, right?
Yeah.
But I like to have my own content on there, and I want people to come to my page to see my content.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
So, you know, and I've been slacking on my content. I'm not going to lie.
Oops.
Sorry. I just been a little busy, just a little bit, right? But, you know, just like I had a recording and she was like, Valerie, I've been sharing, you know, that I was going to be on your podcast for the past week. Like, I'm so excited. And I was like, what? I never seen no notification come through. And I was like, can you tell me what you shared? And she was like, found her circle. Well, evidently, it's probably like pulling from the page.
Yeah.
And unless you log into your page, I'm guessing you're not going to see that,
No.
because I was like, it's not in my notifications.
Yeah, no.
And I only go to my page maybe once a week, twice if I'm lucky.
So something I'm seeing is if I'm on my personal page, I'm not going to see your business stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see your business stuff until I go to my business page.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is so bizarre to me.
Yeah.
Right. And I do understand like the whole not sharing a whole lot of other people's stuff because it clogs up your page.
Yes.
So it's a little tricky. It's
And that's why
the battle of the wills, right?
Yeah. So that's why when I found her circle and I made the group and I made the page for the ladies, like, you know, it's all still fresh.
Yeah.
So, you know, I only add like one thing every month, right?
Yeah.
Versus going through there and trying to add everything and then just slacking, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like for March, for instance, I made the calendar or the, what am I trying to say? Content scheduling.
Yeah.
So like every day at 6 p.m. it's something different, right? So like for instance in the group, Mondays is share your goals for the week.
Okay.
Okay? I want them to all put that in the comments.
Yeah.
And then like Tuesday, I think it's service. Wednesday is products. Thursday, it's just freewheeling. And then of course, I always love Follow Friday.
Yeah.
So you put in every platform that you're on, and then the girls can just go through there and click it and follow it,
Yeah.
right?
Get straight to it.
And I know with the last business, I had a bunch of girls like, well, why can't we just go on here and post whatever we want? Why can't we just do this and do that? Why do you make us put it in the comments? I was like, okay, listen.
Because it keeps everything organized.
If you exactly,
Yeah.
one, it's organized, but you're getting new members in here that are, if they're anything like us, they're going to go back through there a couple weeks to see what's been going on. And when they see these businesses all in one little area, they can just go down through there and find it real quick.
Yeah.
And I was like,
No, it is
Some-
gonna.
some people aren't organized, but that's okay.
Well, the
okay.
structure matters too.
Yes.
So what is your what helped you encourage clientele or customers or friends to make those comments versus liking and sharing? And I know like questions are big,
Yeah.
but sometimes even with putting a question up there, I don't get the response in the comments.
And you're not going to,
Okay.
because that's just going to depend on who's following you. And there again, we had that conversation on the past recording of you're always going to have that group of individuals that's going to come to your page and they're going to follow you,
Yeah.
but they're trolls. You know,
Yeah.
they're there, they're waiting for you to mess up,
Yeah.
is what they're doing. Or
Yeah.
they're a hater and they can't stand seeing you grow, right?
Or they're poaching.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or they're seeing what they can steal and then they're going to run with it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I see girls all the time. They will come into the group, and I mean, this is not like anything to say, okay, women, go do this, but there is women out here that does this. They get in these groups, they see, and one, either they don't like the group, they don't like the content, or they're just like, well, this is shit. Like, why'd I get in here? And then they leave, right?
Yeah.
Or they come in there and they take what they can, and then they get out and they go create their own stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? Like, why can't you just go into the group and support each other?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm all about, like, if you want to do the exact same thing, you know, ask someone's doing it. And if they're doing it good, of course, ask them, right? And be like, hey, I love what you're doing. I want to learn how to do this. Is there a way that we can either collaborate, or you can teach me, or can I just come on board with you and like be a partner kind of deal?
Yeah.
But be forward with it.
Yes.
Right? Like, don't be the snake in the grass.
Yes.
There is definitely a fine line between inspiration and identical. And I think a lot of people
Yes.
miss that. Where you are your own person and you can have individuality. Where, we were just talking about Sarah at Earth Alchemy. She does the same things we do, and we love her and we embrace her. But hers is completely different than ours.
Exactly.
Even though it's under the same umbrella,
Mhm.
right? And that's the fine line between inspiration and
Yes.
you know. I hope that as we all evolve, we can all get on that same page, because
Yes.
I think we would all be better for it to
Yes,
learn
you
from each
would.
other.
There
Yeah.
was a lady that drives up from Danville to visit the shop. And she's like, man, Danville needs something like this. Well, then I'm like, go do it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, go do it. And she emailed me, I think it's been a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks. And she's like, okay, so you said this. Did you mean this? I'm like, yes, I did mean this. So go, you know, get a CPA, right? Like, let's work on your LLC. Like, let's work on these things, get that stuff done, and then let's come back and have a conversation, and let's work on sourcing, right? So it's I put it out there, like I said it openly and honestly, and then she came back to me openly and honestly, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
And it makes all the difference when they do that.
Yes. A great example is sitting right out there, Jamisa. She also does t-shirts and DTF printing, but her niche is completely different than my niche. And we have been best friends for 10 years.
Yep.
And we work perfectly fine. She helps me set up my printer. She helps me clean it when I need to. If she's running behind on something, she really does. Yes, don't move. When like if I'm drowning and stuff, and she knows I have a couple orders, while she's here working, she'll go and do my prints for me. She'll press, like. We know
that's what it's all about.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And she just made me admin in her groups to help her with her social media stuff because I do a lot of social media stuff for here. So she's like, please help me. I'm like, absolutely. And but we cater to two different niches, and that's how it should be. It shouldn't matter just because we make shirts. It's all the things. So
I know.
Teresa, that's teaching the yoga. I think people are a little shocked that we paired up after some past things, but she going back to just because you can doesn't mean you should. So I can teach yoga, or she can teach yoga, and I can make room on my plate to do something else. You know,
or attend yoga herself.
Yeah. Oh, I do need to get on that. Wednesday mornings, I'm coming, Teresa.
Yeah. So I mean, it's been great having her here.
I love it.
Team Up for Excellence is on my vision board. It was on there last year too, and I was a little bit of a slacker at taking self-care time. So a lot of my vision board for 2024 just didn't happen. Yeah. And that's my own fault. But I like it though, because Team Up for Excellence is still on there. And this growth, this circle would not be possible if we weren't tag teaming.
Yes.
So anyway, I know we're supposed to be talking about the shop. But
no, I love this.
I mean, it all kind of ties into the shop because that's really like our foundation of how we operate.
Yep.
Like we have gotten away from the thought process of it's just you and I, and we have to hold down everything, and now really open it up to, wow, we do have this such great community that we can lean on and that we can support in ways of just letting them support us, right? So like by letting Teresa have the space here to do yoga, so we don't have to do that, or
because the community still wants it and they're going to get it
regardless of where it's at.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So 2025, like we're 3 months in and we're going into April.
Yeah.
What else do we want to see in this space? 2025, so
we've talked about more sound bath meditations, which is on the schedule for April, starting back in April, people. That was a huge self-care thing.
Okay.
I completely forgot about sound baths when we were talking about it earlier.
But I did too, and the meditations too, honestly.
Yeah. Getting back to that, I don't know. What do you think?
So once upon a time, we had guided meditations.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that could be something to kind of
hypnotherapy. I forgot. We also have hypnotherapy practitioner that comes. Yeah, I'm so
she
sorry.
She's pretty cool.
Yeah, Gina's
man.
Fun. Yeah.
So do you guys put out like an event calendar on your page?
That's good. We do. This year we've really gotten a lot better. So sorry for
Carly. Carly's gotten better. I still open my calendar every time someone asks me a question.
But at least promoting 3 months out.
Yeah.
So instead of monthly, now we're doing every quarter. And then that is always posted like on our event page, like within the Facebook page. You go to the event things. All of them are listed. We have stuff all the way up to June right now.
Love it.
But then I also have a pin post up top that's got a picture of each calendar for that quarter. So right now we have April, May, June. Right, that's up there. But then also weekly, I do weekly posts to remember, like, hey, this is coming this week. And then we send out about 1 to 2 text messages through Square a week, reminding people, like, hey, this is the event's coming. Let us know. Here's your contact info. Here's all the things. Right. So we've really been pushing and trying to keep on top of that to give people more time, because we know, like, if we have to schedule, 90 days out. We know like everybody else does. So,
even a year. Like that's why your
sometimes.
event's next year, right?
I mean, back in December, we were getting our vendors, hey, when's Witch's Day out? Hey, have you sent out applications yet? I'm like, that's in September. Like, what?
Hold on.
Give me a second. Yeah, so, I mean, people do schedule that far out. So, yes, if you go to our Facebook page, all of the things are on there. And if you ever have any questions, you can always call the shop or message the shop. One of us will get back to you about it. So.
I love it.
Or Jill or Jamisa will get back to you.
Yes.
So something we haven't mentioned yet is like this space is only a tiny bit of what Carly and I are a part of, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we have the maiden markets that we both participate in and host. I guess if that's the word.
Co-founded. Yep, we host them.
Something like that. Yeah. And then Witch's Day Out.
We're on the committee
that we're on the committee for. We both just submitted applications for Chamber of Commerce and tourism.
They are volunteer positions within the tourism
like subcategory
for Cynthiana.
Focus. For focus.
Yeah. So she volunteered to help with like downtown initiatives with small businesses, and I volunteered to help with downtown event initiatives. Yeah. So we're waiting on some information about that.
That's good.
I just remembered something else. So 2024, we did not do this, but it is on the calendar for 2025. An overnight at Roz.
Oh, yeah, our overnight at Roz. So we'll get to that in a second.
Do you know what Roz Opera House is?
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna teach you all the things.
Okay.
Yes, could have been in it for a second because then we'll never go back. So the maiden markets, we had been presented an idea early last year around like February, March of 2024 of something to happen during downtown that kind of happened the same time as the ghost walks for that the Opera House hosts.
Okay.
So we're like, yeah, we like that idea. But then shortly after that, in May, we got presented the opportunity to take over the Witch's Day Out Festival. So the whole concept of like the night markets got put on hold because we just jumped right into Witch's Day Out. We formed this amazing community of other small business local women that are all freaking amazing.
All the bitches.
Yes, all of them. I think there's like 7 of us now. I don't know, but they're all fantastic. So we streamlined that for the whole year. We got to the event and unfortunately got canceled because of the hurricane. But then like a month out because we wanted this in October. It happens in October. We
September.
put it. No, the market. The market.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry.
We put that together in a month. And we did a night market every Saturday in October. And the amount of feedback and the amount of people that just kept coming to us.
Just appreciation.
Like, thank you for doing this. This is what Cynthiana needs. It's amazing. Like, are you going to do it again? We were getting asked, like what's your Christmas? Right? Yeah, they were asking us, so what's the Christmas one? And we're like, we don't have a Christmas one planned. Like, what do you mean?
2025, though.
Yeah, so we got through it. It was amazing. And we're sitting around Thanksgiving and we're like, so are we just doing this? And we decided to create the maiden markets.
That's what's happening.
And now we host a seasonal vendor market in downtown Cynthiana every season of the year. So our spring one is coming up this weekend. We're partnering with the chamber and tourism committee to do our summer one. So that's the concert series. And then we'll have the moon markets again. And then we will have a Christmas one this year.
We are toying with a Christmas idea. So there's a couple different ways we can go with that. And we can share that like off camera. Like we don't want to put too much out there right now. But I'm excited.
Can't tell all the secrets.
But there is something that you could know now. So if you know a shit ton of Santas, so like all the Santas, let us know.
Or somebody that likes to dress up.
Yeah.
Cosplay. Send them our way. Because
and Mrs. Claus, too. We can't forget her.
Oh, yeah. No, Mrs. Claus is in there.
I love it.
Yeah, so
I'm
there's
excited.
that. Now, how does that wrap up with Roz? Roz Opera House hosts every Friday and Saturday in October their ghost walks through downtown.
Okay.
So our moon markets happened the same time those walks were going on to give people something to do in Cynthiana because a lot of businesses are already closed at 8, 9 o'clock at night, right?
Okay.
But we have all of these people that come to town, like looking for food, looking for something to do because they're already here, right? So Roz is also the oldest operating opera house in Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they also are a movie theater. They have a play going on, like they do plays and stuff, but you can go and do ghost like investigations and like paranormal investigations
super
there.
active.
Yes. So we have already done 2, and we get I don't know why the word collection is a collection of people. It's not really a collection, but we have a lot of our great clients and customers, friends that come here that we gathered and did like a whole overnight with them at Roz a couple times.
And it's just fun, you know.
It is so fun.
One time I took the aura photo.
We did do aura photography.
I did a mini sound bath on stage once.
Yeah.
And it's not an investigation. It's not a paranormal thing.
Yeah.
We both have stuff that happens to us without digging, right?
Yeah.
So we don't need
So we
tools.
just be.
So we just hang out and see
what happens. And we always do it, like, if people come, we don't expect everyone to stay as a group.
Yeah.
We let people that come with friends or spouses go do your own thing. If you want to hang out with us, you can, but go do your own thing. There's 3 levels to that place.
Okay.
Go have fun. And we get locked in. We can come and go as we please, but obviously like, someone has to be there to make sure, like, nobody else comes in.
Right.
Absolutely.
But,
and all the proceeds stay at Roz. So we just are the middleman for, like, if you say you're going to show up, you go ahead and pay, but then we pay
when we
per
get there.
person at Roz. Yeah. Does that
Gotcha.
make sense? Yeah.
So,
no one wants to go by the basement. Wow, I can't talk. I get excited. I guess like no one wants to go to the basement by themselves.
yeah, I have not done the basement yet at all.
So-
I don't do I haven't even done the basement here. No,
Oh.
Yeah,
I
no.
forgot about that. Thanks, Carly.
you
Okay.
can't. You can't pay me enough.
So-
no.
But we'd like to, fellowship and collaborate with other small businesses too. So
I love it.
yeah.
I love everything you girls are doing.
Yeah.
We're
I
excited.
love how you're just out here like, yes, come,
All the
support
things.
us, we'll support you. Let's see where we can help each other and just
Yeah.
grow, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
And a lot of people don't realize that you can still support even if you're not coming in here, right?
Yes.
All the social media stuff.
Tell 'em, girl.
All the social media stuff.
Tell 'em.
Follow, share. But then also just talking. Talking is the biggest thing. So we had, right before you came in today, one of our shirts ended up at Goodwill. This woman saw our Good Morning shirts with Carla's logo on it at Goodwill, looked that up because it had the shop name on it. They came and visited us today.
Wow.
And they were amazed with the shop.
Carly's about to go donate like 10 shirts to the Goodwill.
No,
now.
really. I really am.
I love
really
it.
am.
I mean, we do have a stack in there.
We
that
do.
don't. Yeah.
There you go.
Just
See
take
there?
them.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was amazing. So just word of mouth, like finding that shit like randomly, right?
I love it.
So
And it's kind of hard to advertise all the things from the outside.
Yeah.
So if
It
you were
is.
just walking by, you wouldn't know what the hell was behind the doors,
Nope.
would you? Right?
Yeah.
So, if we're not your cup of tea, then that's okay too.
Yeah.
We don't mind that. But the next person you come in contact with, we may be their cup of tea. Or they may need something here. Right?
Exactly.
Or
So-
people saw the one post about tallow and came in here because they've been following a bunch of stuff on tallow on Facebook, and they walk in the door, they're like, oh my god, I didn't
know
even
you were
know
here.
you had this. I didn't even know you were here, and I've been in Cynthiana for 20 years.
Best kept
know?
secret.
Yeah. So, I mean, just keep talking.
So
Even
that
if it's bad, just keep talking.
Exactly. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Just say something about us,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah,
Anywhere, everywhere. I love that you guys have this safe space. And,
We
like
try.
we said, that it is for men and women.
Yeah.
But I just feel like women need to chisel out that time more
Yep.
because we don't do it enough.
No, we don't.
So on that same note, though, I would love to see more male presence because
I bet.
there are young men that come in here that don't have the father figure, that don't have the older brother, that don't, they don't have those people in their
They don't have
lives.
the support.
Yeah.
So, here we are as women gathering. How many young men are seeing that? And they're like, well, what about my circle? And then teaching them that they need self-care
Yes.
too, right?
Yes.
Also
So-
reminding, because I feel like with men,
Mhm.
they default to thinking that their self-care is like the bar.
Yep.
You know, it doesn't have to be the bar. It doesn't have to be around the substances. It literally can just be a place like this too. So if you want to do something and get a group of men together to do something,
Yeah.
we're also open to that as well.
Girl, I was
Yeah.
like, that's going to be a whole nother
I know, a whole nother
episode,
thing.
and that's going to be like 5 hours,
I
right?
know. Well, like it's so easy to just deep dive when you get to talking like this,
Yes.
because
I know.
there's so many tabs. There's so
know,
many
right?
tabs and so much information.
Do you have any
Yes.
questions for us?
No,
Okay.
Yeah.
you guys explained everything. I
Thank
love
you.
it.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that I came in here.
I'm so glad that I found you.
I know,
Yeah.
right? I just have one suggestion.
Okay.
Just one. It's just a little one though.
Okay.
And you may have it, it just may not be back here.
What are you
Not that
looking
I've
for?
seen. Like a little Keurig or something where they can make hot tea
We have.
or okay.
Yep. So we sell tea here,
Okay.
and we usually just grab a pack
Mhm.
and have the kettle going. whenever-
Okay.
Yep. So people.
They're
want
ahead
tea.
of me.
We were
What do I
gonna
know?
make, we
What
were
do I
gonna
know?
make chocolate chai today, but then we kind of forgot.
I do have stuff in the refrigerator.
They're
too,
going to make
right?
that.
Yeah.
They're going
So,
Oh, we will.
if you guys are here and there's something in the refrigerator, then go for it. Like even the
Yeah.
protein shake.
We have. We
check
usually have
expiration dates because
usually
I don't
have
know how long
water.
it's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you know what we love too
What?
is to send you down to Cordial or to send you to the Sweet Boutique or to
Yes.
send you to like one of those other
Yes.
small businesses. And we love you like bring that shit back, right?
Yes.
And you
What's
can eat
those
here.
girls' names?
Yeah.
Cordial, Lexi, and then the Sweet Boutique. There's a handful of people down there. So, but Anastasia,
Alexis, Taylor.
yeah.
Well, Taylor is Anastasia's husband,
Mhm.
but they're all great. He gets down to the nitty gritty there too.
Yeah.
But we mostly see Alexis, and we love her. She's a sweetie. Cordial is Tiv, and she's one of the
Lexi.
helping hands there. Lexi's the owner. Sam, she's on the tourism committee, but she also owns Piper and Co.,
Which is jewelry.
which is jewelry, polymer clay jewelry.
We picked up
What
snacks today from Frosted Blessings.
Yep,
Miss
Diane.
Diana is awesome.
She's right down the street. And then Taylor, she did our hair and makeup today. She's at Backwoods Beauty. Love her.
You see how these girls are just out here just
So-
name dropping.
Yeah.
Name dropping everything.
There's more, and I'm sorry. Next
Yeah.
time when I have a list of what we do here, or services,
Yeah.
I'll also have a list of like all of y'all too. But
Chris-
maybe you'll just
Kristen
see.
and Allegra, they're at
Fibonacci's.
at Fibonacci's. You have to go
What's
in there.
Fibonacci?
It is a upscale antique store, and
Okay.
oh my gosh, Jason gets the most beautiful pieces, and he has history behind these pieces,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just mind blowing.
It's gorgeous.
All right, well, we're going to in there and go. Let's go.
Charlene.
Okay. Oh, Charlene at Simple Nutrition. She's the owner there.
But anyway,
I
there's a
love it.
lot of. I
Yeah.
can't wait for you to come back.
I
Great
love it.
tanning.
I'm going to have to just set out a day
Yes.
when you guys are free,
Oh, absolutely.
and then we can just go walk down through
Oh,
town.
100%.
So usually
we
like
will.
Wednesday through Saturday though, because
Okay.
small town, small businesses,
Yeah.
they're usually closed Sunday, Monday, Tuesday,
Yeah.
or some combo.
Yeah.
of that
Yes.
stuff, yeah.
So
Absolutely.
Friday would be a
But
brilliant
yes,
day.
we can have a
Yes.
whole day of just like
Yes. Cynthiana is packed
Partying.
full of strong women that have
And the
so
men.
many. Yep.
Isaac, you're there supporting us too behind
Yes.
the scenes.
He is Lexi's fiance.
Okay.
He is actually our new mayor. Yeah.
James, Smith,
James,
like
he's on the chamber. Gwen is a great part of the chamber. She's a good supporting.
we love Cynthiana, guys.
Yeah, we really do.
I
That's
love
why
it.
we're doing all that we do.
Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah.
There's open storefronts in Cynthiana too.
Just saying.
Just
Ooh,
saying.
Tara, Emerald, she does the permanent jewelry.
Okay.
She lives here. Remember her?
the
She's getting a
bookstore.
storefront here.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's opening a
Ooh, I
storefront.
did
Yeah,
not
so
know
I'm
that.
super excited for Tara to come.
Yeah.
I'm super
I
excited
didn't
for
know
her.
that.
Yeah.
Man.
Lindsay, her and her husband own the record store.
Okay.
There's Lane at the Ray's Tanning right around the street.
There's
There's
so
I'm
many.
excited.
I know.
I was thinking I was
excited.
going into this little bitty town, and you
Oh,
guys
girl,
just
no.
like
I-
name drop like 20 or 30
Yeah.
people, and I'm like,
I love to say that we are such a small town. But
Did you
we
see
are
all that
mighty.
support?
We are
Yeah,
a mighty
We've got
town.
it figured out. And
Yeah.
so that's one of my big things. When I first moved here, and probably Carly too,
Mm-hmm.
people be like, why Cynthiana? You know, and
Yeah.
in 2018, why Cynthiana? I mean, they weren't far off. Like, there wasn't a lot
no,
here.
this place is really, even in the last 4 years, this town has just,
That's good.
oh yeah, the town
There's
has just
so many more.
exploded.
Like, I could go on for days.
I love
Yeah.
it.
So
I love
I have a vision, and Carly shares it with me, that back here in this community space, like we would love to have like all snippets on the walls, because right now the walls are kind of naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're encouraging other small businesses, like, bring your portfolio or bring an advertisement, and let's get that shit up on the walls.
Like, we try to
Right.
keep like up front by the door, we have business cards, we have flyers. We try to get the menus back here. Like, we have cordials, we have sweet boutiques. I think we have Kelly Owens now, like the pizza place.
The
But we
cheese
think-
store.
Yeah, the cheese store. We love them over there.
Excuse me.
Yeah, we just keep like all those, because we do events like on
Yes.
weekends, and we're like, hey, we're good with you bringing food. We're good with you bringing snacks. Like, go get your stuff, come back. That way you stay refreshed and energized while we're doing all of our things, you know. So we're like, here you go. Here's all the food. Here's all the things, you know. So yeah.
Because I could make a cup of coffee. I could make some muffins, right? But
Yeah.
just because I can doesn't mean
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
And it goes back to
Exactly.
that principle.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Girls, thank you so much for being on this
Yeah, we're
podcast.
excited.
I love
Thank
it.
you for having us. I'm so glad that I
can't
saw
wait
you
to
in the
show
Lexington
you.
Moms group.
I mean, I love that you have this space, the things that you guys are doing together, doing for the community.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, just name dropping all those women. That goes to show you that you really do support other women.
Yeah.
And I hope and pray that they support you the same way
Oh,
that you guys do too.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
they do.
I love
Oh
it.
yeah, we know they do.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank
guys.
Yay!
Tell them where to find you one more time.
208 East Pike Street, Cynthiana, Kentucky. Tuesday through Saturday and some Sundays, but Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 7
Yes.
for now.
And when you're looking for us, big old black doors. Yes. Big old black doors. They're original to the building, so you
love
can't
it.
miss them.
I
Yeah.
love it. Till next time, guys. I will see you then. Bye.
Yay! Bye.
It's your time to grow. Get started with Little Pot Design Studio today.